experienced in these last 11 years of dealing with disability and all that is that oftentimes those doctors don't even know those scenarios are happening. It's the gatekeepers.
Right.
Like, if his doctor actually knew, I mean, if his doctor actually knew, it's conceivable that his doctor would have gone out.
Oh, absolutely.
But the gatekeepers never goes past that. Hello! Here's another one, the selfie king. He's always sending pictures from the boat.
Oh, yeah.
This one sends red pictures.
Here's the picture of other people taking.
Red pictures.
You see my stuff is feeling.
Justin.
Yeah, because you're having your hair on.
Hey,
Hey.
it's not easy being bald.
Can you,
It's a hard life.
for the,
Too many women want you.
You know something, Tad.
hold on.
One of these
If the light
days.
is off, I want you to take over.
You're gonna stop loving me, I know. Keep working on that.
Are we recording?
We are recording?
No, I don't want this recorded.
Hold on.
Because one of these days, honey.
Alright, we're good?
Oh, I can sit up.
We're still in?
Yeah. I'm like over there, to that one. And just, put in that right there.
Just mull that over.
No, I'm just gonna get up and leave.
Okay, sure.
How am I going to get out of a rat
Alright, now go
without an
back.
exit
How would my ass end up in Iraq?
Yeah,
You still don't get the know.
I get you. It's like, how did I get into this situation and get out of it? It's easy. You get up and get out. Alright, I've been there and done that. We get a damn coaster.
What do you mean? You're live. You're walking.
You're live.
on
You're on
live
air.
TV?
You're on the
Wow.
Can you
air.
get some coasters?
Really? There's a okay, hold on. We're going back to
No,
live
just
TV.
keep it going live.
It's just like a blank wall right now. Get
It's
out
up.
there and make
Chuck,
amuse
it's up.
people. Amuse them.
Amuse people.
Amuse them.
Chuck.
I need a Spanish teacher.
Thank you, sir.
There we go.
Yeah, y'all that come going up and getting a coaster.
The struggle.
The struggle, man. It's a struggle. The struggle continues.
Mike Nichols is whining? Why is Mike Nichols whining?
I don't know.
Wham, call the ambulance.
Yeah,
Who's Carmen Rivera? Is that say Rivera?
Yeah.
Carmen Rivera?
Shouts out. Thank you for coming out. And Tim's watching. Where's
Tim's right here.
Tim's? I don't know where Tim is at. Where's Tim?
Yeah, he's a
That's
little bit
been up
lost.
there.
All right,
Good
so
stuff.
here we are once again, Real Talk 360, coming to you live from Blue Bar and Grill, coming to you live from Udicci.TV. Yours truly, Julio,
Tag.
or as Joel likes to call him, Tags. There's gotta be more than one of you.
Even on the texting, he does that.
Oh my God, that's just so annoying.
It's his open. Let him just leave.
And the thing is,
I let him, it's been years he's been doing that, so I just leave
I tell him
him.
all the time, like, his name is Tag. And he'll respond back, Tags. So I think he just likes it.
Just leave him. I just
He
leave him.
likes it, so.
It could be worse than that to be called.
Yeah, I'm sure he's called you, but we've all called
Tomorrow will be
you.
our first.
I mean, as far as just overall.
Good with it.
So welcome back. Thank you for coming out, for spending an hour of your day on this beautiful Thursday.
What is beautiful?
87 degrees.
It's gorgeous out.
Tomorrow's gonna be 91.
Really?
Yeah,
No, for real.
Yeah, 91.
I'm gonna wear shorts to
91.
work.
So tomorrow I'm gonna have to find a way to get myself out of a lake somewhere, because I think Saturday is
It's
going
gonna
down
be-
to 70. Saturday's like 70. It's like tomorrow's like 91, and it's 70 the day after or something like that. So yeah, so it's gonna be interesting. But last week we had Rosemary Gutierrez, got that right, and she came in and started talking about one of the first installments that we're trying to do to try to educate people on home ownership. And I think she brought some good points.
Absolutely.
You had some great information. That's the beauty of it, is as homeowners, we know both sides of it, you know, so that kind of...
Good and bad.
Yeah, oh yeah, and it's not all good. It's not all good, trust me. Right after the show last week, I had Tag come through my house to help try to fix my hot water tank.
Well, to
Because
try
I
to
stopped-
start it.
To try to start it. To try to look at it.
Fixing is a
Because
different
the
thing.
thing with me is I'm a homeowner, but I don't do nothing. I'm a car owner, but I don't do nothing.
You're even a landlord.
I know how to put, I'm a landlord and I don't do Nothing. And not to say I'm a slumlord, because I get people to do things at my house, at my rental property, and on my car. I'm not gonna go through all of that, and that's, I think, one of the pitfalls for me, but at the same time...
Yeah, you know how much money I save by doing this myself?
I mean, I cut my own grass.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about when something breaks in the house. If I can fix it, it saves me money and time.
Oh, trust me, don't get me wrong, I'm not rich. I'm trying to fix it myself. So I'll get somebody to come over.
Like me,
I'll get somebody to come over like yourself to take a look at it. But we'll start the hashtag by hashtagging Orlando, because Orlando did get it fixed, and my hot water tank is working.
But there was something wrong. I knew there was something wrong.
I spent a whopping $2.97
A whole
to get it redid.
$2.97?
A whole $2.97, not
That might
$2.97.
put you back, man.
But hashtag my boy George Mancuso Heating and Cooling, who did come through, was ready to purchase a brand new hot water tank, because he looked at it and he was like, it's like about 14 years old, and you want to get these replaced like every 8 to 10 years.
Yeah.
So he's like,
well, you know what though? I mean, if you take care of it, give it the maintenance, make sure it's, if you stay up on top of it and you notice the signs and you make sure that you stop those things and fix them. Remember, I was showing you some stuff when it starts.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
If you're on top of it, and let me tell you, my last tank lasted me 14 years.
Yeah.
And when they came to switch it out, they said there's nothing wrong, but it's old and it's time to replace it. And I was like,
well, with my boy George, what he looked at it was, and he looked at it and said he thought it was the part with the gas that you turn on the part turn light. And he's like, to buy that unit to replace it is like almost $275. For another $75, you can get a whole tank with that.
Yeah.
So he's like, why not just get a brand new one? And that was his suggestion. But Orlando earlier that week,
yeah, he went to the same
issue. So when it was the same hot water tank, so he came over, he took everything apart. While we had it apart, we vacuum cleaned it because there was a lot of debris and everything. So we got all that out of there. And what he did was the thermocouple.
Yeah, the thermocouple.
All he did was I had to go buy some sandpaper, which that was where I spent the whopping $297. And he sanded it down, connected everything back up, fired it up. It's fired up and it's been...
Like I told him, the instructions are likely, he has an electronic one. Yeah. You don't have to put a match in there. It's just you hold it down, you just hit it a few times, and electronics is supposed to start. But I did that,
I had that.
And it didn't turn out. Like there's something wrong. I don't know what it is. Yeah. I'm only good at testing things and letting you know there's something wrong. Fixing it, I'm not trained for. So
our furnace this year didn't light, and I'm like, oh crap, I don't have the money to fix it, right? YouTube. Sandpaper?
Well, the thermocouple at my rental property, that went on the furnace. It went at the beginning of last year. And a friend of mine came by and he looked at it and he's like, just replace the thermocouple. I bought one, I think I paid like $14, put a brand new one. Those are easier than the hot water tank. So I was able to replace that myself.
Well, this is where it comes in that you should really clean and tune. The older they are, you should clean and tune
air filter,
your furnaces at least every other year.
Yeah.
As it gets older and older, every year doesn't hurt.
I got a 6-pack trying to do mine.
You got a what?
Yeah, 6-pack. Hey, now you gotta go a little bit bigger with time. You gotta get him a bottle of Castillo rum.
All right.
He's there.
I'm not doing that to after the fact. But no, there's a lot of companies that like right now I'm using Isaac. And I told you, pay them $300, and they come every year. They clean out everything. They're there for like 2 hours, and they guarantee it. So if anything goes wrong, they come back, they don't mind, they fix it, no charge or whatever.
Which thankfully the furnace, the furnace I have now is only like about 3 years old. The hot water tank was, and I already knew it was old, so that's why I didn't mind spending the few $100 to get it replaced. But I'd rather spend a few bucks and get it fixed.
Do you know when the last time your furnace was clean and tuned?
Yeah, it was right before I closed on the house, which was in February.
You maybe next year or the year after that, you might want to consider.
But the thing that I will do, and for any homeowner out there, is make sure just something as cheap as a freaking air filter. People don't replace those air filters.
And don't get the cheap ones.
No, spend the extra.
That's like $10 for a 3-pack.
Exactly.
For a 3-pack, you get
a nice one for a little bit more expensive.
Yeah, but that's not a lot.
And that's still not a lot.
And I'm telling you, if you pay attention to it, it actually extends a lot. I work in this stuff all day, every day, and I've seen furnaces older than me. But people, they work great. People take care of them.
The one I had at my old house.
Yeah.
It was a Williamson.
Oh,
this thing, you remember that?
I know which ones those are.
Yo,
they're huge.
This thing was huge. It was there since like 1979.
Yeah.
So
but they last forever.
When a friend of mine came over, he looked at it and was like, "Oh my God, you got the Cadillac
Yeah, they're called the Cadillac furnaces.
Furnaces, but he's like, you also have the Hummer, like the original Hummer of efficiency.
Yeah, exactly.
He's like, you are probably at 60% efficiency of that thing.
Yep.
So at that time, though, RG&E had the rebates, the federal government had the rebate. So by the time I got everything done, it was almost like I got paid $500 to replace the furnace.
There you go.
So that worked out because of all that. That was one of the tax breaks and everything I was able to file at the end of the year. This furnace I got now is a Goodman, which is what I put in the old house, was a Goodman, and those last.
I got a ring. They call them reliable rings because they're very reliable.
Okay, well the Goodmans, what I've heard is
Goodmans are cool.
Is really good.
Goodmans are good.
So we're not on wood. As long as it keeps working, it'll keep working. But we'll keep fine tuning it. So hashtag GT Mechanical might as well. As we're doing this, Henio, who's got his own heating and
That
cooling.
man has come and fixed. He saved me hundreds, if not thousands of dollars. And I say thousands, maybe 2,000. But he's fixed my fridge. He's fixed my washer and my dryer. Everything together probably cost me $100.
So
There was just
hashtag,
little parts here.
shouts out to hashtag entrepreneurs.
Who's that guy? We need to like be promoting that guy.
Yeah.
Like the guy who's out there, like, hey, give me the $50 for the call and the $10.
We got-
We can have him on here. He's always promoted. I always promote him on
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Yeah, that's the kind of guy we need to hear. Right. The guy who's taking care of people and making a living.
That's what he does.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
what he does. So yeah, hashtag all the entrepreneurs out there that are putting, you know, this business on their backs and sometimes make less than the working man, but they do this. You know, George is one of them. I was talking to him. As much money as he has that people owe him, you know, it's not like sometimes people look at it, oh, you own your business, you're doing good, and don't realize, no, you own your business. You don't ever get to enjoy it because
You gotta keep
always
working.
running. You know, I was talking to Tony, hashtag the Cup Factory. Who he's like, you know, when I invited him to come to the old school show, he's like, oh, I would love to, but I'm here cutting everybody so they can go enjoy themselves at the old school
That's
show.
the money maker.
So he's like, you know, I'm always cutting people up so that they can go enjoy themselves and look good. Unfortunately, I don't get to go enjoy myself and do that. But that's, you know, that's the nature of the business. That's the reason why I had my business for 8 years and was happy to get out of it because it's too much work. It's too much work, too much money, too much time. And people look at it like, oh yeah, everything is great. You know, it is when you're making the big bucks. But when you're not, people don't see that. They don't see the struggle. So hashtag all the business owners out there that are doing it for themselves, including Blue Bar and Grill. They see their struggles as well. You know, it's a gamble you take, but you do it because you love it.
Absolutely.
That's it. So, hashtag the Rock the Peace or Walk for Peace coming up on this Saturday, which will be 10 a.m. Liberty Pole Way. So make sure you come out for that, especially with all the events that have been going on in Rochester this week, specifically yesterday. We're going to talk about that. We're going to spend a lot of time talking about that today. So, you know, we really need the community to come together and really do something for peace. So definitely check out that event. Hashtag Leslie Rivera and hashtag Leticia Estacio. Next Tuesday is primary day in the city of Rochester. So if you are a registered voter in the city of Rochester, make sure you support them. Leslie's running for Monroe County Legislator, I believe 29th District, and Leticia Estacio, who has been a guest on our show, is running for City Court Judge. So make sure you get out there and support. Don't talk about it, be about it. You got registered, so I'm hoping that you're going to go out there and vote. So I'll remind you.
I don't pay attention to this.
I'll remind you.
It just goes right over my
Next
head.
Tuesday.
Yeah, okay, I'll remember.
Hashtag to the RPD. Rochester Police Department right now lost one of their own, and it's a crazy, crazy world that we live in where people don't value anyone's life. Doesn't matter if you're a cop, doesn't matter if you're black, white, Latino. It doesn't seem like a bullet has a specific target. It's going to get whoever it wants to get, and it's unfortunate because a lot of people are dying unnecessarily. So hashtag to all of those that have lost a loved one, that may lose a loved one. It's unfortunate, but we know that's going to happen again, and we know it's the way that the world works, man. So it's unfortunate.
That's crazy. That happened in the same area with that Anthony, was it Ponzio? What's his name?
Yeah, DePonzio. Yeah, DePonzio.
Like a block away.
Yeah, you know, and that was another unfortunate situation that happened. Thankfully, he lived, and I know that he's still, I think, working for the police department. Like
Yeah, she went to the hospital.
Yeah, he's working at an office type environment. Obviously, getting shot in the head is going to slow you down, but it seems like he's come back, you know, full strong and trying to do the best that he can with his life. So shouts out to them. And the thing about police officers and all the things that have been going on, and I guess we can go into this. First, let's do the Facebook shout, because I definitely want to make sure we don't go away from our format here. What the heck is this? TattooModelSearch.com. Ooh. I like the tattoos, and I like the fact that she's a model. That looks very good. So, shouts out to TattooModelSearch.com because that is a beautiful tattoo and a beautiful woman. And all I can see is her backside, so I'm just calling it off that.
I want to give a hashtag shout out to all the Yankee fans who stay strong and believing that one day we'll be back to the promised land. But hold on tight, because we're going to be going through another rough few more years.
But it looks
like we're going to re-sign Brian Cashman, because I think he is the cancer of that whole organization.
We still have 25 games left in the season. We are 4 games out of the wild card. We are 9 games out of first place. Anything can happen. September is the month where those teams that were great go into slumps, and those teams that were slumping start doing great.
I just don't want to see Cashman back.
No, I got you. I understand that. I don't echo the same sentiments, just because Cashman is also the guy that has gotten us the Mariano Rivera's, has gotten us the Derek Jeters.
Hasn't gotten anybody.
Yeah, lately. So I know it's that whole what
happened. Not lately, years. It's been years.
Yeah, no, it has. But at the same time, you gotta take the good with the bad. I grew up as a Yankee fan where we didn't win any playoff games until 1996. I've been a Yankee fan since about 1981. So for 15 years of my life,
I was born into it.
Of my life, I lived 3 blocks away from Yankee Stadium. I went when Dave Winfield, when all these Don Mattingly was just starting out.
He didn't even win one.
When these players were there and we lost everything. Don Mattingly actually left. He retired
the year before.
And we ended up winning it. So you know what? As a Yankee fan, we've got 27 or 26. 27. And a lot of them haven't been through our era. We've got 6 through our era.
Yeah.
21 were before us, and the gap between the 20th and the 27th.
Oh yeah, we had a couple of decades.
Yeah, it was
owned by a freaking network. I think it was CBS that owned it, and they sold it to the Steinbrenners. And Steinbrenner, took a while for him to get it back up there, but he started with bringing class back. We're saying you're gonna cut your hair, you're gonna cut your mustache off, you're gonna wear a suit. He said we're gonna be professionals, and he built it from the bottom up to the top. And as much as people didn't like the boss, but I mean,
he did what he had to do.
He did what he had to do.
Yeah, he's the boss.
You don't play for the Yankees. You play for the Steinbrenners.
The thing about him is that people always, without spending too much time on it, people always criticize them for spending so much on the payroll, not realizing that he could have pocketed that money as the boss and not spent it, but he chose to spend it. Where you have a lot of owners that make as much money as he made.
Well, you keep forgetting the luxury tax too.
Yeah, luxury tax.
In New York City, the taxes are crazy. The luxury taxes out of this world. The Yankees have the highest luxury tax I think of any team.
Yeah, so
I mean, I think they pay like tens of millions of dollars every year.
Yeah, so go Yankees. We still got a chance.
Keep the faith.
And we're gonna keep moving forward. My boy Spencer Ash wants someone to please punch Pharrell in the head hard. And he capitalized hard, exclamation point. Spencer, relax. I know Spencer is tired of that happy song. He's just sick and tired of all of it. Relax, it's a happy song. How can a happy song make you so upset? Relax, it's okay, it's gonna get better. Rosemary Gutierrez, who we just talked about, uninstalled the Facebook Messenger. So if you're trying to reach her, text her or email her. She doesn't need any more apps. Real quick, the thing about the Facebook Messenger apps, everybody's in a tizzy, in an uproar. Oh my God, it's a privacy thing. They're gonna invade my privacy. If you are signed up to Facebook, guess what? Your privacy doesn't exist. You are on a publicly traded, for-profit organization's social media. They're not giving this to you for free at no cost. There is a cost. It doesn't just so happen that every time something is suggested to you, they know exactly where you live, they know exactly what's going on. They suggest things that come up. Why? Because they already invaded your privacy and they know what's going on. So please, calm down.
No, but what they're talking about is not that. What they're talking
about... The microphone,
the camera.
If you go into your privacy settings to have Facebook, you already give up those privacy rights.
Yeah.
They can do that already. But guess what? Your cell phone provider can do that. What you need to do is you need to not be talking about stuff that you're so worried about around your phone. If you're that paranoid, shut it off, take the battery out, voila, problem solved.
Maybe I should stop Googling midget porn then, right?
Yes, stop Googling midget porn, but it's okay. That's the reason why you get suggestions for midget.
I like midgets. What's wrong with midgets? If they're cute, I like them. I like short women.
They're little women.
I like short women.
Let's be technically
And if
correct.
it happens to be a little person and she's cute, like the one I see in New York City, oh my gosh, I would have married her on the spot right there. She was, oh my gosh, she was beautiful.
So definitely, Leslie Rivera, amongst hundreds and hundreds of people, have put up the I Support the RPD badge on their Facebook page. Definitely support and love to the officer who lost his life, 32 years old, had a 3-year-old and a 4-month-old. I don't know him. I know Spencer, my boy Spencer knows him, said he was a good guy. But what it seems like to me is a good guy, but regardless of the fact, whether you like him or not, he was doing a job that he gets paid very little to do, and he lost his life in the process. That's unfortunate.
I love how everybody keeps saying, they keep saying, they hate the cops is a cop. That. And granted, there's bad cops.
So who do they call when they need a cop?
That was my next point. That was my next point.
When they're getting robbed, who do they call?
I mean, there's countless videos of police brutality all over the place.
Yeah.
And granted, there's bad cops. And it pisses me off. It angers me. And there's times where I'm like, why the hell are they doing this to this person? Because you see the whole video and they're just talking. Next you know they're getting shoved down in the face the wrong way. That's police brutality. I agree with that.
Absolutely.
Like I said, there's bad cops and good cops. Like there's good people and bad people.
But the thing that kills me, and I guess we can just get right into it. The thing that kills me is, and social media, man, it's a beautiful thing, and then it's just such a bad, evil thing at the same time. Because like Democratic Chronicle, Wham TV, WHEC, which is NBC, all of them have their, Facebook postings or whatever. And the things that some of these people are saying are, where's Al Sharpton? Where's Obama? Where's all these people? They're going to come and rally for this officer. And they're really losing sight of the situation. And now they're lumping it all together. And what they're basically saying is, I'm a racist. Here it is. Because what you're doing is now you're kind of alienating yourself, and now you're saying, well, all you black people, all you Latinos, even you white people that supported everything that happened in Ferguson, why you're not calling for uproar here. What you're doing is you're putting yourself out there as a freaking racist that you are. You're a racist just as bad as anybody else that takes a situation like Ferguson and makes it into a racial thing. What I saw with the things in Ferguson were people protesting with their hands up. Yes, there are ignorant people, just like we just said. There are ignorant cops, there are ignorant politicians, there are ignorant bosses,
and
there are
every
ignorant bar owners.
Life,
I don't care where you go, there's an ignorant person everywhere. But the situation that happened in Ferguson was raising awareness to something that really is a situation. It's a situation. When someone, regardless of what he did, gets shot 6 times, wasn't armed, regardless of what the situation was, nobody deserves to get shot 6 times. Just like a police officer does not deserve to get shot in the head trying to apprehend a suspect. But for people to now say, oh, well, look, you know what, the media has a great way of showing you what they want to show you.
What they want to show you.
And they showed the riots. They showed riots in Ferguson, but they didn't show all of the African Americans that actually went up to police officers and shook their hand. They didn't show that. They didn't show the chief of police from Ferguson, who happened to be black, that they appointed to handle the situation. They didn't show him. They showed all of the stuff that they wanted to show.
Why? Because it brings ratings, and that's all they want to show is negative stuff.
Yeah, they want to show the negative, and it's unfortunate that that happens, and now you have these racist people, which I'm going to call you what you are. So if you're watching, you're racist, you get the middle finger, I won't give it to you because I won't even raise it to you. But for you to be online saying, well, where's Al Sharpton? Where's all the black people? Where's all the people that, are they going to march for this police officer? You know what, that's just freaking plain ignorant.
And that's like calling for mommy. Mommy, look, come do this. No, It starts at home. It starts with you. It starts with you. And if your community's up in an uproar, and you're a big part of that uproar, then you're part of the problem.
You know what I saw, which was freaking crazy, and I'm hoping it's not real. But at the same time, I'm pretty sure it is real. A police officer by the name of Michael Farrell, because this is our television, so I can call your name out. Michael Farrell, a police officer from the Rochester Police Department, posted, "I have no respect for the victims' families at all. All I care about is the cop that lost his life in the line of duty, and his wife and children don't have a husband and a father." And all you want to do is be concerned about the other families. Are you kidding me? Get a life. They don't even care about themselves, let alone anybody else. And you want us to care about them? To fully be told, I hope the cop killed at least one of the pieces of shit. You want us to care about their families? Yeah, sure, okay. Let me guess, they were all good boys and they were turning our lives around tomorrow. You know what? The individual that shot Officer Pearson, obviously, he wasn't trying to turn his life around. But the person that was an innocent bystander that got shot, as well as the police officer, so what? Because that person was black, now they were living in that neighborhood, they must have wanted it too, right? And it kind of, it's like, really? Like, are you serious? So you mean to tell me everybody that lives on Hudson and Warsaw, basically, none of them are good people, they're all bad people, and they all deserve that. And this, from what I see, like I said, I don't know for a fact, but it's a posting that was posted on social media. So once you post it on social media, it is public information. Officer Michael Farrell, if you are indeed a police officer, for you to post that and say, you know what, we don't care about the families of anybody else, yeah, you're just basically throwing more fire and fueling something that is not even there. Because from what I saw, and maybe my 500 plus friends are all good people, what I saw was an outpouring of support for that police officer. All I saw was people posting, you know what, one of RPD's finest lost, sorry for the loss, I'm sorry about the loss. That's all I saw. I didn't see nobody posting anything ignorant except for, and it's unfortunate, a lot of non-Hispanic, non-African American people posting, but what are you going to do now? You're going to get out-sharpened, and that's just straight ignorance.
Can I play devil's advocate for a second?
Yeah.
I've had this perception for a long time, and mind you, I have cops that are friends of mine that I go to and I hang out with them, they're cool people. I know to become a cop is very hard because they have to kind of alienate themselves away from like the usual type of group, circle of friends and stuff like that. Most of them.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I've always felt like there's always been like, it's us against them. You know, the cops look at it as like, we got to take care of each other, we're doing a job, and we got to have to do what we can. It's like us against them, take care of yourself, we look out for each other. I guess what I'm trying to say is like, it almost feels like a gang type of thing. It's like, it's the citizens, the civilians, and the police force. And I mean, I felt that in many ways sometimes. And I noticed that every time a cop, and God rest his cop's soul, and I don't feel like anyone deserves to be killed. And on the streets, I don't care what it is. If you're doing something wrong, just go to jail. I don't think anybody should be killed. But I noticed that the last few times an officer's been shot or killed, all the units are there.
Oh yeah.
All the units are there. But if you're killed on the street, you got maybe 6, 7 cars, they tape it all off, and you'll be lucky if they find your suspect that killed you. I think, like, for example, when Caesar got killed over there on Central Park, that was the same night that a cop got shot at, or I believe it, if I don't Dewey. Now, he didn't get shot, he got shot at.
Lexington.
They had every freaking unit over there. You could have robbed the bank across town and they would have never responded because one of their own got shot at. So it's like they drop everything for each other, but they're getting paid to protect us and serve for the community. And I just noticed that it's always been like they care more about themselves than they do about what they're paid to do, and it's look out for us. And it's not all the cops. I'm looking at them as a whole in a sense where I just feel like there should be a balance. There should be a balance.
And I've always said it is police officers, especially Rochester Police Department, needs to do it better. Not only Rochester Police Department, all police officers across the country need to be better at customer service, because at the end of the day, all you are is a customer service rep, but you have a gun. So you need to really get to know the community. One thing that I've known in the past, especially growing up in the Bronx, is a lot of times police officers, whether it was for good reasons or bad reasons, knew your name. They knew who you were. They would stop by the neighborhood. They don't have a problem shooting some basketball with you. They don't have a problem.
Actually, was my cop.
Actually, mingling with the community. Because if you do that, even if it's just to say, "Hey, asshole, I arrested you last week. Don't make me arrest you again." It became this almost familiarity.
It's funny, it's true.
Relationship.
Listen, I mean,
and now it's
you
can't look at certain police officers, because if you look at them, what are you looking at? That's the same approach that some people on the street take.
My MO back then was graffiti writing and stealing cars. And the person that caught me stealing the car was Eddie Rivera. He's now retired. And from there, when he arrested me, we became cool people. He had actually worked in the school where I was working at, and became good friends. I see him to this day, and I think
I remember a couple times that we ran into him.
Yeah,
hey, what's up?
I met him because he busted me.
Yeah.
And I mean, this guy's been really cool. He would stop. He would drive by my house all the time and see if check on me, how I'm doing. When I used to make poke fun of him. I'm like, you got lucky that because remember where the old Edison used to be on Clifford? It was a big open field for many years. Now they built new houses out there years ago. Well, that's where I got stopped at, and I had this open field. And he called it in. The other cops met me at the other end. And I go, I would have beat you racing. Oh, you would have never called me. He goes, yeah. I'm like, I'm gonna race you one day. And every time he drives by my house, he used to drive by my house. Like, let's race now, let's race. The guy got out with his whole strap on. He raced and he beat me. I mean, he beat me. He beat me. But I mean, it's like he was cool, and we developed this relationship where it was a mutual respect. Then, and to this day, we have nothing but respect.
And that to me, I think that to me is most important. I always see police officers, and like I said, this is in no way, shape, form whatsoever a knock on police officers. It's just let's have these conversations, because if we don't have these conversations, it's going to get worse. It's going to get worse. I see a lot of police officers parked, like maybe in the parking lot Family Dollar on Lexington and Dewey Avenue. I'll see police officers parked over by J Street. And I'll see like 3 or 4 cop cars parked together. They're sitting there, and it's almost like they're waiting. They're waiting. Let's get this call. When you get the call, we're going to disperse and we're going to go handle it, which is great, because that's their job. But if you're there already, why not get out your car walk the neighborhood? And
they're lucky I'm not the police chief, because I would have been making these cops walk the beat like the old days.
And even,
walk the beat.
I see Orlando over here. Even when we're talking about something like the Puerto Rican Festival, which in no way whatsoever the things that happen have anything to do with the Puerto Rican Festival. But police officers know, hey, something's going to happen because it's historically going to happen the last day. The last day. So why not? Before that, start building relationships and start walking down Clinton Avenue. Hey, you know what, you guys? Y'all want to wave y'all flags? You want to beat your horns? That's cool. You know what? We're going to do it with you. Here's my flag. But the minute that you start breaking the law, I'm going to have to arrest you.
Do they still have the PAL?
Do we have that mutual respect? What's up?
Do they have the PAL still? PAL? Remember PAL?
These athletic league? I don't think that they have that here at all.
They used to have that.
They used to have that.
They used to have it here. I know in New York City, I was part of the PAL.
I was part of the PAL too.
Well, I was one of the kids that benefited.
And they had the police station on the corner of my block, and they used to walk the beat. They knew all the kids.
And that's what I'm talking about. It's not to go into their homes and start eating dinner with them, but it's a matter of the officer, like, hey, that's Officer John, or that's Officer so-and-so. And me, as a kid on these streets, I will have more respect for that than just seeing you when you come to arrest my dad because my dad was selling drugs or my dad stole something. And that's the only time that I see you or have interactions with you is when somebody in my family gets shot or I do the shooting or whatever it may be. I don't see you in any positive situations. Like I said, not for all cops, because I know a few cops that are cool that do that. But I think as a whole, the department...
I seen some really cool two cool videos in the past week. Really cool videos.
I seen the ALS challenge.
I seen the ALS challenge. 2 police officers took the ALS challenge, and they took it just for the cause and also to re-engage themselves in the community and start bonding with the people from the streets again. And they did that, and the people, they were on somebody's porch steps, and the people, their neighbors did that to them. That was cool. And then there was another one where this cop was parked, and he started having a dance battle with 2 of the other kids. And I was like, right there in the middle of the street, I was like, that's
and
cool.
That's what I'm saying, customer service.
I mean, back then that generation, kids wanted to grow up and be an officer, be a cop. Now, kids are growing up afraid of them. Yeah. When my little boy was, my kids were younger, they would see a cop come to the house for any reason, and, I don't know, just check around because something happened around the neighborhood. Then he's already like I didn't raise him to be like that. Why is he afraid of it? And I'm like, what the hell? It's a cop. I'm like, why are you afraid? I'm like, dude. But kids now are being raised to the point where they're being afraid, and it's not them. It's who's raising them. Don't call the cops. Don't call the cops. Cops this, cops that. And I mean, it's how you raise them.
That's when you see. That's the only time you see them. Now let's take firefighters for example. I know a lot of firefighters, and you see firefighters like on Lyle, you'll see them at 25. They chill right outside. So now that's one of the worst areas in Rochester.
One of the oldest stations too.
You've got prostitutes, you've got pimps, you've got murderers, you've got drug dealers. Everybody's there, but you see these firefighters outside walking. You don't see them getting any problems.
They were considering closing that unit down until about a couple years ago when a guy fell out the truck and had a heart attack, and one of the firefighters came across the street and saved his life. I mean, right there, it showed the need to keep it in that community.
You do need it there. And that's the thing that I'm saying is it's more customer service. Get out there. Like I said, I'm not police chief. He's got a hard enough job as it is. But as someone who does pay taxes, regardless if I pay them in Gates or in the city, it's still taxes. So we're still paying those salaries. I think that that's one thing that would help the community to do that right now, especially because there's so much tension going on in the community.
I don't like when I have to call, like when I do my jobs, right? My housework and all that stuff when I'm out in the community. And if I call for, a gas, I always have to check for gas leaks. If I find a gas leak, I gotta call RG&E. Let me tell you, RG&E is there within half an hour, sometimes way sooner, no later. Then there's other times. Is that your daughter?
Looks like
Looks like your daughter. That's like your daughter. Oh, that's
not my daughter.
Look at those babies, girl.
What?
So then I lost my train of thought. Oh, so then there was this kid over the summer, this kid runs up. I'm outside the porch hanging out. Beautiful day. Kid runs up to my steps. Insisted. I don't know this kid. This black kid. I don't know him. I don't know who he is. I see there's 2 or 3 other kids behind him on the bike. And this kid's fatigued, out of breath. And I'm like, yo, what are you doing? Get off my steps. What's wrong with me? Like, what are you doing? Go. Just keep it moving. And then when I realized what was going on, the other 2 kids beat him up and they were chasing him.
Okay, you told me, yeah.
Yeah, they were chasing him to get him. But I was like, yo, what's going on? Get off my property. And they're like, yo, come on out. Get off that man's porch. Get over here. And then when I realized, like, yo, then like 15 other kids came up and another 15 from over here. Like 30 kids in front of my house wanted that one boy. Now I can't kick him out. Now his problems became my problems. But when I started hearing like, yo, just shoot him, I'm on the phone like, yo, get over here now. The cops never showed up that night. And I called them twice, never showed up that night.
Yep, so that's...
I had to get, after I finally got the kids left, I got my neighbor, he was like, come walk with me, and he took him home.
Yep, so that's definitely, like I said, going back to customer service and taking care and being there, already being there. There's so many on patrol at any given moment. Be there, be invested in the community. I think that'll help.
I think walking and being, not to mention all these new cameras.
New York City, that's what they do now.
Yeah.
New York City, when Giuliani took over, that's what he had, is he had police officers park and get out the car.
You know how much money they're probably saving on gas?
And walk.
Because the gas, they pump in those cars, we pay for that.
So when you walk the beat, you get to know the community. If you're in your car the whole time and you only wait until something happens, it makes it difficult. Nonetheless, definitely rest in peace to this officer, Officer Pearson, to his family, but not only to them, to the EMT, to the doctors that worked on him, because I'm sure that they feel a certain level of guilt as well.
Yeah.
You know what's that to sit there trying to revive?
You gotta come back and tell everybody.
And then tell everybody. I know they shut Rochester General down. Like if you got injured anywhere near Rochester General, they would take you in strong because you were not getting into the emergency room at Rochester.
Well, I heard all the police showed up over there.
They all showed up there. I'm talking about Sandra Doherty, who's a district attorney. She came down. Everybody came down, which is good to have that presence. And regardless of whatever ignorance is spread on Facebook, oh, why don't she come down when there's a problem with someone getting shot? You know what? This is definitely a different situation. It's 55 years since a police officer in the city of Rochester has been murdered. 55 years. That shows that, you know what, no matter what, you can shoot each other, but people know don't shoot.
It's crazy. This summer hasn't been that bad with murders.
Until now.
And the summer's almost over.
Until now.
I was just thinking that the other day, like, man, we had a pretty decent summer. Usually we always raising the bar and murders and stuff, and the summer started off a little crazy.
Raising the bar is a good...
I know, but I'm just saying, I hear it. But it's like...
The number of
we don't want to raise the bar.
Well, that was it. I mean, I hear what you're saying, but we're raising the bar, and murders here is like, it's great.
We're
and per capital,
we're casting a negative shadow.
Per capital, we've been in New York City many times.
On our beautiful city, because this city is a beautiful city. Whether or not you choose to view that, that's on you. But there is a lot of beauty in the city. There's a lot of positive.
I really hope the outcome out of this is putting more foot patrol out there, more engaging with the neighbors. They have this thing called tips. I forgot what it stands for, and it's the opposite of the uplifts. The uplifts, you get all different people from Time Warner, RG&E, the police department, social services. They walk around, knocking doors, look, and they got the parole department with us and everything. It's more like a negative thing, looking for people with the cable, RG&E, and people who are running away from. Anyways, the tips is kind of like the reverse. To try to get people from the community involved, they bring the horses, they got a DJ, they got food, they got the sheriff, the police department, they got everybody involved. Orlando, you know what I'm talking about, right? The tips. Now, they only hold like maybe 3 to 4 of those a year in different parts of the city. And I don't know if they still do those anymore. I haven't heard about it in a while. But I think that's something they need to do more commonly, like get more engaged with the neighborhood so people can start trusting the cops. If you want people to so-called snitch, which I would not snitch, but I would tell you who did it, you won't have to call me a snitch. I'm just going to tell you what I saw. It's like, take that definition of that term snitch away because people feel like a rat. The way I look at it is I'm protecting my neighborhood.
Oh, yeah,
if I see something that needs to be told to the cops, I'm going to tell them.
And even the word snitch. Snitch is me and you do dirt.
That's a snitch.
We both decided to do that together.
That's a snitch.
I get caught, and I say, well, yeah, you caught me.
But Ricardo was with me.
Ricardo, because he was doing it with me.
That's a real snitch. Snitching out somewhere you don't know.
Somebody cleaning up the
That's not a snitch.
That's not snitching.
That's not snitching.
So people have to be a little bit less ignorant, a little bit more educated when it comes down to those situations. But like I said, regardless, it's an unfortunate situation. We can sit here and talk about this forever.
I just hope that the police department tries to put a positive twist to this and just try to engage more with the community.
And hopefully, I know how much stress they're already under. I know police officers, service people are
55 years.
A lot of stress as it is. I'm hoping that the stress of this doesn't make them do something that makes the problem even worse. Because I can tell you this, if somebody was to be shot by a police officer in the next couple of days, there would be an uproar in the city.
That would be a problem.
Because automatically, no matter what the situation was, it's going to
They're going to relate it to this. They're going to relate it.
Especially if the person shot is black or Latino.
They're going to relate it to this. No matter what, they're going to relate it to this.
You know, police officers, you got a hard enough job as it is. Try to do your best to compose yourselves. I know a few police officers personally. I know a lot of firefighters. We know EMT. We know people in politics. Keep a cool head. This is an unfortunate situation. But right now, anything in the community needs to come together, not fall apart. Because that's not going to help this community at all. So God bless everyone out there. God bless us all. God bless the police officers and everybody that's out there trying to do good things. And this individual that got caught in that situation, I think we really need to reevaluate the actual, we need to reevaluate the entire parole system. We need to reevaluate how things are being handled.
Especially do you have that up on here?
This guy was paroled a few weeks ago.
Well, what about the other one?
We talked about it last week.
Oh, we did?
Yeah, we talked about it, and he was paroled like a week, like the day before. So it's definitely unfortunate.
And this one was 3 weeks.
This one was 3 weeks. He's been on the streets 3 weeks and had violated his parole, and they were looking for him for the violation of his parole, and that's when all this happened. So
that's why he ran.
Yeah,
that's why he ran.
Yep, so an unfortunate situation.
If he lives through it, whatever wounds he has, he's gone.
Oh, yeah, he's done.
25 to
more than
throw the key away. Throw the key away.
And you know what? He deserves it.
And it might have been a small parole violation of like, go back into 6 months, a year.
Oh, no,
would have been fine. Now he's done.
And he took somebody's life.
That's what I'm saying. You're done. You killed a cop, dude.
Yeah,
the judge ain't gonna have no pity for you.
That's unfortunate. So moving on from that, which is definitely a sensitive topic, sensitive subject, I want to move on to some more uplifting topics, somewhat. Serena Young, who actually, and I wanted to talk about her last week, she actually plays with David Michael Miller's band, who's been here. David Michael Miller, the Campbell Brothers, they're the folk band.
Right?
Oh, okay.
Serena Young was one of them that was singing with them. She actually just placed in the top 5.
Yeah.
So she's still in that
show. No, I believe that's it. I think that she finished in the top 5 out of hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of candidates. Good. This is BET. This is not locally in Rochester. This is all
I know Sunday's best.
So for her to have made it there, God bless her. She has a beautiful voice. When she sings with David Michael Miller and his band, the Campbell Brothers, she does her thing. So it's good to see
there is a lot of talent in Rochester.
Yeah.
My man Paul Boutte is probably the best choir director in Rochester. He actually does 2 or 3 different churches from when I last remember. I don't know what he does now. But he's, in my opinion, and a lot of people's opinion, he's the best choir and church, band director. And I'm telling you, man, I've heard some people sing. Not sing, sang. I've heard some people sing. There was this one girl when I used to work at Dejalon with him. Her name was Rena. I love Rena. Rena was so funny, man. I love her. She was a heavyset woman, but had the heart of an elephant. She loved, she was good people. And I remember when she first sang, she was in one studio and I was like 2 studios away, and I felt her vocals. That's how loud and strong her vocals are. And I'm like, what? Like, that was you? She's like, yeah. And let me tell you, it was amazing. It was amazing to hear that one person with all that strength and vocals.
And
there's a lot of talent.
There's a lot of talent. We got Grammy Award winners. Roy Battle, who's won Grammys, one of the biggest songs that he produced that people don't even know, Lighters, with Bruno Mars and Eminem. He produced that song. That song went on to win Grammys. He won Grammys. He works with, people from
people don't even know Stevie J was from here.
Stevie J's from here. There's a lot of people, that are from here that are doing big things. So it's good to see that. It's refreshing to see that. It's not random. So it's good to see that, and it's good for the community to see that there is a lot of talent in such a small city. With that said, Rochester ranks 144 among 200 of the country's largest cities for driving safety. The average, so this is basically, we're not doing too good when it comes down to car crashes. Every 8 years, someone in Rochester is getting into a car accident. For it being such a small city,
does that mean that every person once every 8 years gets into a car accident?
Yeah, I mean the average. I haven't gotten into a car accident in a long time. But yeah, it seems like for whatever reason.
You're including fender benders too, right?
Yeah, fender bender. Anything that's reported as a car crash. Is a car crash.
I have it. Knock on wood.
Yeah, I was saying, knock on wood. I don't need that in my life. But it's just, to be ranked up there. That means that we're in the top 56. We're up there. Out of 200 of the country's largest cities.
We're not even considered a large city, though.
Well, we are because of the fact that we have like 250,000 people. So we are relatively a large city, but some cities only have 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 people. Those are towns, but it's still, so people, when you're out there driving, pay attention to what you're doing. Stop texting, stop being on your phone, pay attention, don't drink and drive.
The first thing you can do is give yourself some distance from the car in front of you.
Yeah.
Because no one's gonna be in the car with you telling you, stop texting, pay attention. But the least you can do if you're gonna do something stupid like that is give yourself some distance. At least 2 or 3 car lengths. And if your stupid ass finally gets off the phone, look up, you have time to break, okay? Hashtag dumbass.
You know what I think is the biggest time, and that's the reason probably why we rank up so high, is because in the wintertime, people drive
like it's summer. No respect for Mother Nature.
And what they do is they're in the SUVs, and they're thinking, I'm in my SUV. I've got 4-wheel drive. I can go 60
Not in Rochester.
If there's ice on the road, guess what? When you hit the brakes, it's going to slide just like a car that doesn't have 4x4. It's not going to change anything. So calm down. We're approaching winter time now. Calm down, slow down. It's not that much. If you're running late to work, oh well. I'm sure that being late to work is going to be far better than getting into an accident, which is going to make you later. Now you're going to have to spend money.
Well, come on, man. If you've been in Rochester long enough, you should anticipate the worst.
Yep.
If you normally get up 15 minutes like me, I get up enough time to brush my teeth, put my clothes off, put my clothes on, let the dogs out, use the bathroom, whatever, and I'm out. I give myself half an hour, something like that. But not when the winter approaches, I'm going to have to get up an extra 15, 20, maybe half an hour early to anticipate the drive to wherever I got to go to work. So, I think everyone who's been here long enough should know what to do. Don't get your dumb ass up 5 minutes too.
And then have to rush in 3 feet of snow.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Where you saw in Pennsylvania?
Word to the wise.
When we were driving to Virginia, they had dots. These big dots on the road.
Yeah.
And then they had signs. You must be at least 3 dots back from the car.
So that's smart.
And we're watching.
Yeah, that's smart. See, that's what we need over here. Something, because that's not cool.
Give yourself distance.
So once again, I already mentioned it up from Under the Rock Prayer Walk at Liberty Pole Way. This Saturday, 10 a.m. Make sure you come out. Local elections next Tuesday for Leslie Rivera and Leticia Estacio. So vote Leslie, vote Leticia. And you know what? Most media can't take one politician's side or the other, but this is not most media. This is Real Talk 360, and that's what we're telling you to vote for, if you want to. The choice is yours. Next week, we're going to have Rosalie Rivera Aswaga, who's a local mortgage lender. She is the person that you would have to go to after Rosemary, sometimes before Rosemary.
Yeah,
trying to buy a house.
Usually you want to be approved before you go looking for a house.
You want to get pre-approved. but she's also the one that's going to guide you through the entire loan process to see what you can afford so that you can give all your documents and get all that done. So we're going to have her on next week, so stay tuned for that.
And this is a series that we're running about maybe 4 to 5 series once every other week.
Yeah, we're all going to do that.
Yeah.
And then at the same time, you always know Lexington Federal Credit Union can help you out with that loan as well. So if you're looking for a car loan, you're looking for that housing loan, make sure you check them out. But all we're trying to do is just educate you, and we're trying to bring individuals that you can relate to that will be able to give it to you the way it really is. And that's what we're doing. So definitely make sure you stay tuned for that. Football season is going on right now.
8:45.
Right now, 8:45? Yep, so it just started.
It just started.
We're going to get off right on time so we can go upstairs and watch or whatever we got to do. But Seahawks or Green Bay, who do you have?
I'm going to go for the Seahawks.
You know, for Seahawks,
They're just
Super Bowl champions?
Yeah, because the way they just demolished the freaking Broncos, and the way I've been watching the past 3 years grow,
Get better?
not just get better, but seriously improve. Like, they knew what they were doing. Pete Carroll knew what he was doing for the get-go. He's like, it's going to take me a few years, but let me get the pieces of the puzzle right together, and we're going to be a dominant team. Not just a good team, but a dominant team.
Okay.
And if anybody watched that Super Bowl back in February,
Oh, yeah. It was crazy.
right now,
Oh, it's crazy.
it's very rare that they predict the Super Bowl winner to repeat. They're predicting the Seahawks to repeat.
Are you predicting Seahawks to be?
No. Hell no.
Is that because you want Pittsburgh?
No.
Or is that because that's your honest, unbiased opinion?
That's my honest, unbiased opinion. I don't think that. I think they're gonna go far. I don't think they're gonna go to the Super Bowl. I don't think they're gonna.
So today they lose to Green Bay. Does that mean that Seahawks are not the same that they were last year?
Not true at all.
Okay.
Not true at all.
So what do you think about Kyle Orton?
Who?
The Bills picking up Kyle Orton?
We're talking real football here, man. Who the hell's talking about the Bills?
I'm just curious. I know the
What
answer.
is that going to be their starting quarterback?
No, I don't think so. I think it's behind Udicci.
That's why I might as well get Jim Kelly back in quarterback position. They got nobody over
And at the
there.
same time, we're there. Hashtag Jim Kelly, who is now cancer-free.
Nice.
So that's a great thing. The results came back, and he
You
is
don't know there's 3
free.
bidders left. The guy that owns the Sabres, the Bon Jovi team.
And Donald Trump or Donald Trump out? I thought Bon Jovi got the boot.
I thought.
Bon Jovi got the boot.
No.
You sure?
Yeah, I just read it
I thought he got the
yesterday.
boot, like, after
Just
the
read it
second
yesterday. It's Bon
round.
Jovi's group.
Right?
Bon Jovi's group. The guy that owns the Sabres, I forget his name, and if I'm not mistaken, I think Donald Trump's still in the run.
So Kelly's group is out.
Kelly was with Bon Jovi, wasn't he?
Nope. They wanted to
They
get,
wanted to.
yeah, but he wasn't
Yeah,
having
so
it.
that's gonna be crazy to see what happens. I know that one of the tentative plans was to build a stadium between Rochester and Buffalo, which would have been Batavia.
Yeah.
That'd be
And they
perfect.
scrapped it because they said it wasn't feasible.
Well, did you see the plans for like downtown Buffalo?
Yeah, they're looking at
That was
downtown
like 3 years ago or 2
They
years ago.
scrapped-
They did like a 3D thing and
Oh, yeah, so
that looked beautiful.
That's gonna be beautiful. They scrapped 2. They scrapped Niagara Falls and they scrapped Batavia. Right now, it's all centered around downtown and suburban Buffalo.
I think they should keep it right where it's at, and why they did not get out and rebuild it, they can play Toronto.
They just redid 130 million in renovations?
No, they're going to.
No, they did.
They did already?
Yeah, they did.
They
They
did?
spent some money. Yeah, Buffalo spent some money.
Well, they gotta be there for the next, I think, 5-6 years. And personally, I wanna just let that thing fall. Why spend that money? That money's going nowhere.
Somebody told us it's beautiful.
What do
I
you mean?
haven't been there. Haven't been there. But why, I'm saying though, my thing is this, why are you gonna put all these millions of dollars into a building that's gonna go down in the next 10-15 years?
Tax write-up.
I don't know what it
Yeah,
is.
could you? Who knows?
What do you think your team's gonna go?
You know
How
what?
far?
I am going to sit right here and say we're looking at what 17 game season, 16 games total. I'm going to go and I don't care what you say. I looked at our schedule and I'm going based on our schedule. One of the easiest schedules in the league. Yes, we don't have the best team, but one of the easiest schedules on the. I'm going to say 12-4.
What? What the hell did you want to say? Let me check your forehead. You have fever?
This is the beauty. The beauty about recorded TV.
What the hell did you just
The beauty
say?
about recorded TV is that the end of December, we can go ahead and we can air
I
the
like
footage.
it, man.
We can air the footage. So now, with that said, what do you see your team? Be honest.
Hold on.
We're gonna rewind the footage.
Hold on, I'm glad you got these.
Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's make a little friendly.
I'm more realistic.
Let's make a friendly wager.
I'm gonna tell you right
I
now.
said 12-4. Let's make a friendly wager. The one that's closest to it, 2 pitches, because 1 pitcher's not enough.
I'll tell you this
Two
much.
pitchers.
I'll tell you this
And a
much.
shot.
My division
Two pitchers
is
and a
not
shot.
the same division from yesteryear, or the year before that, and the year before that. that the Baltimore Ravens have always been a tough rival.
Yes, yeah.
They have been changing. They lost players. They're not the teams to watch. Everybody said every time the Baltimore Ravens and the Steelers played, it was like watching the Super Bowl because they were in it for blood every time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Excuse me, but with all the changes in players over the past 2 years, 3 years, hasn't been the same. While that's been happening, the Bengals have been getting their stock up.
Okay.
So they've been doing really, really good. Bengals, I think, might even win the division. They're the predicted team in our division to win.
Alright.
The Browns are getting their chess pieces in place. They got Manziel. I don't know what he's gonna do, but I'm sure he's not gonna make himself look stupid. I think he's gonna go out there and
Well, besides flicking people off.
whatever. All I know is we don't have the same light division. Before we were the dominant person in our division, the dominant team. I think realistically we'll go 9-8.
97?
9-7, yeah, 9-7.
Okay.
But my thing is this, and you just said it earlier. Once that playoff time comes, forget about it. All I need my team to do is get in the playoffs.
Oh, yeah.
Because once my team gets in the playoffs,
We know the Giants have proven that.
we good.
The Giants
We good because we would not let that go.
We both-
You're gonna have to break our arms and our necks to keep us from that Super Bowl.
And we both have been there. We
Yeah.
both got in 5, 6 seeds.
Oh my God, we're the
Yeah.
first 6 team. He went as a 5.
Yeah.
I think
So, yeah, 5 seeds.
5 seed. I think we went as a 5 seed another time,
But
but
we went on the road all 3 games.
We went on that.
And went through the best of the best, and then ended.
That's the hardest thing to do.
And then ended at the 18-0 team. So it wasn't like the 3 games before.
No,
that.
and I cheered for you guys like it was Pittsburgh.
Atlanta, it was Dallas, and it was Green Bay, and we went through each one of them. Block.
No, that was fine. Like I said, man,
And then-
that's why I like the wild card. That's why I like the playoffs. Playoffs is the craziest thing, and I hope all I need is my team to get into my. You see, we got a fresh new team. Matter of fact, there's only like 3 players on our team right now that are still from the good old days of winning those 2 championships. Ben, Kiesel, and Palomalo, I think, are the only original ones. So we got a bunch of new players, and we got to work.
You never
We
got
already
it's
busy.
football, man. It's football.
No, I just want my listen. Just get to the playoffs.
You got it
We're
right
good.
here on the record: 9-7, 12-4. That's all we're saying.
I'm being realistic. The last 2 years we went 8-8. I'm just hoping. I'm only asking by one more win. I'm only asking for one more win that we done in the past 2
Well, last year,
years.
don't forget, we lost the first 6 in a row.
We lost our first 4.
ended
Yeah.
up with an okay record compared to a team that went 0-6. Like, we ain't supposed to end up 8-9, 8-6.
No, listen, man.
8-8.
I talk smack all the time, but I have nothing but respect for Eli Manning. That man has done some incredible stuff, being an underrated quarterback, or even overrated sometimes. Maybe overrated, I should say.
Overpaid.
Overrated, overpaid, but that man is clutch when the time comes to it. Put him in the playoffs, he'll take you to the promised land, just like Ben Roethlisberger.
And every year,
For real.
I will say this on the record as well. I pray that the football gods deliver upon us a Giants-Pittsburgh Super Bowl.
Ooh.
So, now that would be.
We were asking you that last year.
We would have to record that night wherever
Us,
we are.
record us.
Just record us, and that'll be a show in itself.
Oh, man.
There you
We
have
ask for it all the time. That'd be amazing.
There you have it. Michael Sam.
By the way, can I put some history into that? I remember I told you the history. The Rooney family, which is the Steelers family, and the Mara family, which is the Giants family, they're the originators and the people that created those teams, all right? They go back to the 50s, 60s, whatever. They actually have something in common. You know, you ever seen the movie, The Girl with the
The two daughters.
The 2 daughters are Maras. One of them was called Rooney Mara.
Yeah.
She took, because I don't know which one it was, but one of the Rooney's family and one of the Mara's family got together and they had kids. And 2 are very acclaimed actresses. And one was called Rooney Mara. She took the Rooney and the Mara name.
Right.
So I'm like, they're close. The 2 teams are very close.
Yep, so that's crazy. So it would be good. Definitely, we'll see what
It's in their
happens.
contract. Did you know that? It's in their contract that if any one of the teams go to Super Bowl, if they're filming, they get to go and leave and be with the family. That's common.
That's a beautiful thing. That's a beautiful
Don't let me be related to any football team. I'm dead. I'm dead.
So Michael Sam, obviously, openly gay football player, made a big buzz because of the fact that he was openly gay, which to me is unfortunate because you should be based on your level of playing. He was cut by St. Louis. First of all, I think he was like a 7th round draft pick if I'm not mistaken, right? He was a 7th-round draft pick.
He was the last round. He was last round. It was last round. He might have been the last pick.
Got cut by St. Louis. Dallas picked him up. St. Louis didn't need him as much on defense as Dallas could use him because Dallas' defense is worse than the league.
Don't.
So
Backtrack a little bit. The man was impressive in the preseason.
he did some stuff.
He had 3 or 4 sacks, and the man was
But
over.
what I'm saying is that his skill alone should be the reason why we're looking at him.
That's why I told you to
But it's
backtrack.
unfortunate that it's because he's gay.
It's-
I don't give
that's
a
what I'm
damn
saying,
if
it's-
he's gay. We're
I don't care that
2018.
he was with the Rams and he got dropped. Understand this: the man plays football hard. He plays it really well.
Yeah, it doesn't matter that he's gay. It doesn't matter any of that. So to be picked up by Dallas, obviously they see something in him. So I hope it works out. You know, oh Dallas, there we go.
Well, not for nothing. Dallas has been known to bring names in just for attention and bring seats, asses in the seats.
Well, they got 110,000.
Oh, they got to fill them somehow.
I see tickets for the Giants Dallas game. They're selling seats for as low as like $19
In Dallas?
in Dallas.
Plus any defense.
They got so much space.
We'll take whoever.
Oh, no, Julio.
They got so much space.
I think that's Eli Manning. No. Hold on. I'm sorry. That's a water boy.
They got the nice TV. They got the nice TV.
Oh, dude, I want to play Madden on
They
that.
got the nice TV.
I want to play Madden on that Jumbotron.
So we're all right.
Dude.
We're all right.
The day I make it, I win the lottery. We're gonna go down there. I'm like,
I don't know if that'd be enough. Jerry
just
Jones is nice.
give us a day on that. Let us play Madden on that.
So hate until you actually go see it.
So definitely.
Have you?
Yeah, he's gone.
Is that big?
Stadium.
No, I'm talking about the screen. Forget the stadium. Well, I heard the stadium's amazing. Yeah.
I still want to go to Giants, the new Giants stadium I haven't gone to. So this season, actually, San Fran and Giants in November.
Seattle's winning 3-0.
Seattle's already won it.
Seattle's already winning. Real quick, so we can finish.
That's Hoshka. I got him on all 3 of my fantasy.
Real quick, Cotto, we talked about it earlier, took the rest of 2014 off. He was originally supposed to fight December 13th in Madison Square Garden. Decided I'm not going to fight this year, taking the rest of the
Well,
year
I
off.
think what he's doing is very smart. I think he's going to take out some serious contenders.
Yeah.
And he needs to be ready.
Which right now, he's looking at Canelo or Marquez.
What he's doing is giving himself more time for his body to heal, become not just 100%, but 150% ready, and just train more and harder. Because, I mean, these guys are not, I mean, if you want to get back up to the top and face someone like Mayweather, bring his attention back towards you, you got to come in and be, not just win, but decisively win, like knockouts and do something.
Oh, yeah.
Because, I mean, granted,
Cotto did great.
He did great, and he's
he's
already historic. Puerto Rico
Yeah,
won
yeah.
3 weight divisions.
Yeah,
It's
that's
3, right?
yeah.
I mean,
No, 4.
4. So I'm like, he's great already, but he wants to get back up to that level. The problem with Cotto is, and it's not a problem, is that he's very quiet, well reserved. I mean, when I went to Puerto Rico, I was hanging out in Caguas at the mall, and I was talking to a guy, and he was like, yeah, I see Cotto here all the time. He owns a lot of properties and businesses around here, but he walks very quiet. People don't even approach him, they'll say hi to him, but he's not like Trinidad. Trinidad's very festive, he's very proud of his heritage, and flamboyant. Perfect word, he's very flamboyant. Cotto's well reserved. I mean, when he won that the last time, he went back home and there was no ticket parade.
Yeah,
There was nothing.
He didn't want
And
it.
he was fine with that, I'm sure.
Yeah, he didn't want it. So definitely going to look forward to 2015 with Cotto. From what Bob Arum said, from what Mayweather's camp is alluding to, we're going to see not one Pacquiao-Mayweather fight next year. We're going to see 2 Pacquiao-Mayweather fights. They're doing the deal just like McDonough-Mayweather structure.
But did you see
For both fights
what Mayweather was asking for?
to switch over to Mayweather Promotions?
What do you think about that?
You know what? I think that when you're...
Would you do that? Okay.
When I do it-
This is role play.
When I do it-
I'm Mayweather.
Yeah.
You're Pacquiao. Real quick.
Yeah.
And we going through all this bullshit over all the years, and we both know that if we don't fight each other, we're gonna have an asterisk after our name, no matter how great our careers are. And I come tell you, I'll fight you, but you gotta fight under my promotional company.
I would gladly accept.
Why?
Gladly accept. For one, I'm going to still make the same amount of money, if not more, because I don't have Bob Arum taking it. Bob Arum takes people's money. When Cotto left Bob Arum and went and fought Mayweather, Cotto made more money that fight than he made.
Do you think that's gonna happen though?
It could happen, but Pacquiao has to do it.
I want you to remember something though.
Pacquiao's too nice.
I want you to remember something though. Pacquiao is very dedicated to Bob Arum. Pacquiao went and was lavished up by Mayweather. De La Hoya.
Yeah.
He spent I don't know how much money on him,
But you know-
used them, and said, no, I'm gonna side with Bob Arum.
Pacquiao didn't use him. Bob Arum found a way to get to Pacquiao. and basically snatch Pacquiao from De La Hoya. That's what Bob Arum does. Bob Arum
It almost seems
Bob
to
Arum
me-
is a leech.
Yeah, but it almost
He just
seems to me
sucks
that
and
Mayweather
sucks and
is
sucks.
doing things that he knows are going to be impossible to avoid the
No, it won't be
fight.
impossible. That won't be impossible at all. That will not be impossible. Cotto did it, and within 1 week, Cotto Mayweather had it.
I'm sorry, I don't want to see 2 Mayweather-Pacquiao fights. I just want to see one.
I would
I
love
want
to
to
see
see
two.
one good
I would
one.
love to see 2. I would love, especially if they're like Maidana Mayweather. If they're like Maidana Mayweather, where it could have gone either way, that would be dope. So hopefully next year we get what we want. We would love it. With that
I
said,
just wanna see Mayweather
this
fall
weekend there
fast.
is a triple header on Showtime. Broner is making his comeback. He's a big ass come mierda. But regardless of the fact, he does fight. When he fights, he comes out. Maidana whooped his butt.
Yeah,
But
he did.
he
He
does
spanked
fight. Matisse, who lost to Danny Garcia. Danny Garcia beat Matisse.
Yeah.
But he's fighting.
Was that the fight in Puerto Rico?
No, not that one. That was Danny Garcia and Herrera.
Okay.
And then Andre Berto is making another comeback, which Andre Berto is a dope fighter. He's been going through some things. So I'm hoping to see Broner win, Matisse win, and Berto. I can't believe I just said I hope to see Broner win. But if he wins, we'll see a bigger fight. We might see a Broner Danny Garcia. We might see something bigger, and then he'll get his butt whooped again.
I just want to see. I want to see boxing come back
I
hard,
want to see
man.
that.
'Cause we are right now, as I call it, at the twilight of the boxing era.
We are.
I'm telling you right now, we are at the twilight of the boxing
If you
era.
follow Felix Verdejo, who right now is up and coming, 22 years old, that kid is going to be the next Puerto Rican superstar. There's no way.
See, here's the difference between boxing and MMA. And don't get me wrong, I want you to understand that I'm with you. Boxing, much more integrity, class, and you need to earn your spots up. You need to fight 20 to 30 fights before you even consider to be put on an HBO headline or Showtime, to even get a shot at a bigger name. 20 to 30 fights. MMA only takes 2 to 3. 2 to 3 big fights, and yeah.
They do one every month. Every month.
Well, boxing happens like every month too, every weekend.
No,
Somewhere
it
in America, boxing's
It
going
does,
on.
but not like that. The pay-per-views are like every 2 months.
Yeah,
This is a lot of stuff
But-
that happens like Showtime.
No,
HBO.
MMA still goes on all the time too. Remember, there's amateur, there's other organizations, and you know.
But I don't see it. I'm just
No,
not
nobody.
saying.
Yeah, first of all, you don't follow MMA. Yeah, you
No,
don't
I'm
see
just
the other
saying.
ones. They're not as big as UFC.
Showtime, HBO never advertises it. I don't ever see it.
True,
over there.
true.
There's never.
But I'm just saying though, if you go in there and you fight, you take, let's say you're the underdog. Okay, you became pro, you got about 6 fights under you, you got 1 loss. They finally give you, this good guy that's on his way up, and he's taking you as a lightweight. It just happened with Broner or Maidana. Something like that. You're on your way up, and you're that underdog, and next thing you know, you knock him out, and like, whoa. Okay, let's give him another big fight. Bam, knocks that person out. Give him another one. Next thing you know, he's a superstar in 3 fights. He's a superstar quick. And boxing is different. It takes you years before you can even get that big paycheck.
But some-
And Mayweather was complaining and bitching about that for years. Like, why are people looking at me? Why are people paying me the money and looking at me? I'm the headliner.
No, I got you. Definitely. And I agree with you on that respect. But 2 different sports. 2 totally different things.
next week?
Next week, and actually, yeah, talking about that, make sure you come out to Blue Bar and Grill next Saturday. Mayweather Maidana Part 2
Right
here. So you'll get flooded pretty soon on Facebook and whatever other social media. So make sure you guys come down, check it out. There's also a comedy show going on right down here where we're filming. Yolanda Smiles, funny. Her whole entire camp is funny. They're going to have a comedy show going on down here, and there's going to be the fight going on upstairs. I think by the time he's done, Jared is going to have, 13 TVs upstairs now? 12 to 13 TVs. So all big screens, come out, pay the measly $10, and chill, party, have a good time. It's better than paying $80 for pay-per-view at the house. So that's it with that. And then one last final note, we didn't get to talk about it last week. We alluded to it, but didn't get to talk about it. I just heard him today. Gates Charlie was playing football today. Local football season, man. Have you gone to a game?
I have not.
Oh, you gotta go, man.
I have not.
Have you gone Orlando? You got moved. I won't even ask you, I don't think.
My boy Danny.
Chuck.
My boy Danny
obviously-
that came to the house that day. He used to play for the Renegades.
All right. Oh, yeah, no, I got you.
Yeah.
Chuck, his son, Justin, played, and I would go with them when Justin was playing. And I mean, there's an intensity there.
Really?
Oh, my God.
It's fun.
Under the lights, and these kids are playing not for money, not for nothing. They're not playing for their grades. They're not playing for nothing other than just
A
to show
W.
out. Just
They're
to show
playing for
out.
that W.
Yo, man, these kids go
No,
hard.
they're not playing for the W, they're paying for the cheerleaders.
And for the Absolutely. yeah, no, I would encourage you, come check out like a Gates Childline game. Come check out a game, even if it's just one Friday under the lights, man, you'll get a different appreciation for what these kids do. And they play hard, but they get a little bit more leeway on the trick plays. So you'll see a little bit more trickery going on, more like college and more NFL.
Well, yeah,
but
that's one thing I can't.
These kids are fighting for.
You know, it was like, why don't you watch college sports? First of all, I'm watching boxing, I'm watching UFC, I'm watching baseball, I'm watching football, I'm watching like regular. I don't got that much time on my hands to watch, but I do watch. I read up on ESPN. I follow them, you know, the reports and stuff like that. But I don't understand how college football, can score 50, 60, 70, 80 points.
You'll see that in
And
high school
again,
games.
I don't get that. I'm like,
You'll see that in high school games. And sometimes when
that's
you
why
see
I feel
that,
like, what the hell's going on? The defense is not playing.
when you see that, it'll be like 72-8.
Yeah.
Some crazy score.
No,
Like, what?
and typically what that is, that's when one of the teams has a guy that will be in the NFL, and they are head and shoulders above every other kid out there that the kids just can't stop.
Yeah. And you'll see, bro.
And you'll see that now.
I'm gonna invite you to a game. Chuck, let me know if you know. I'm gonna look at the schedule.
Do you know what was the biggest scoring margin in football history, including NFL, college, and high school?
No. What is it?
220-0.
Wow.
And I believe that was a high school or college game.
I would hate to have been on the team that
220, and I'll look it up for you. I'll show it to
I would
you.
hate to be on the team that got 0.
And no, by the way, this is back like in 1930, 40,
Oh, okay.
20.
So there-
it was decades ago. It was a long time ago. It was a long time ago. No, it was a long time ago.
So definitely, I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna
It was
get you
about
out.
college.
Yeah, I'm gonna get you out to a game so you can check it out, man. It's fun. $2, $3, or whatever it may be, but it's a good environment, good atmosphere.
That's cool.
With that said, make sure you guys, the Peace Walk, which will be this Saturday at Liberty Pole Way, make sure you get out and vote next week. Leslie Rivera, Leticia Estacio, we're encouraging you to make sure that you vote for 2 real good people.
Don't forget the fight next weekend here.
The fight next weekend here.
We'll remind you of the next show.
Also, I'm trying to get out there this Saturday. Saturday, I'm like triple booking myself. But the Puerto Rican Festival in Buffalo, the Puerto Rican Parade in Buffalo is going on this Saturday as well. Starts at 1 o'clock. And then the headliner is Tito Roa. Is it Tito Roa or Tito Vega? Tony Vega. No,
Tony Vega.
Tony Vega is the headliner. Make sure you come out and support. It's only an hour down the thruway. So that definitely should be a good time. Rochester needs to come out. Buffalo comes out and supports the Rochester Puerto Rican Festival. So make sure you
I go over there with somebody I haven't seen.
Go check it
Hey,
out.
real quick, announce, on the 20th of September at the Joseph Avenue branch of Lexington, we're going
Sesame
to do a 1-hour neighborhood cleanup. We're actually going to get out there and
And
there's
that's the 20th of September?
The 20th of
So 20th of September,
Right.
Joseph and Wilkins,
Avenue,
right?
I think
Wilkins and
I
Brandon?
can't remember what's that.
No, Joseph and Wilkins. If I'm not
Is that what
mistaken.
it is?
Yeah, Joseph and Wilkins,
Yeah.
or Liz over here.
Yeah, we're gonna get out. You know, I think we should like have the Puerto Rican Fest. We should challenge you guys to get the most people out and try. You know, but no. It's part of that. It's part of that pickup thing that we've been doing.
No, the 20th. Oh, the 20th, we do have the film festival.
No, it didn't.
Yeah, the film
But that's
festival.
at night. That's during the day,
No,
right?
This is
the
the
film
morning.
festival's from 12
That's in the morning.
to 8:30.
But that's in the morning.
Yeah, this is the morning.
That's in the morning.
This is the morning.
All right.
And I can't announce yet, but feel like.
All right, so what was watching 2 things on the 20th. So between the hours of like 8 and 11.
I can't remember. 9.
Okay, so
10 or
from
11.
9 o'clock in the morning, show up to Joseph and Wilkins Lexington Federal Credit Union branch, help us clean up the neighborhood, and then go down to St. John Fisher and enjoy 4 free movies, bring out the family, there's something for everybody. You'll be able to watch, fed, popcorn, we'll have popcorn again? Popcorn, everything absolutely free of
And they
charge.
said there's nothing around.
So,
Dominican food.
Dominican food,
And if you actually go to the cleanup in the morning and go to the film festival, you get an autographed, tight pair of Dominican pants from Milton.
And hold on. And the fight's at night?
No, the fight's the 13th.
Oh, that's right.
The fight's the 13th. The fight's next week. So definitely make sure you come out, support your community, because if all you're doing is talking and you ain't doing nothing, then you are part of the problem. And with that said, make sure you keep checking us out. We'll be here next week. We'll do it again. Thank you guys for coming out. God bless. And good night. And we out.
Sunday show. What
We need a fan out here.
Yeah, no, right? Be hot.
Today I have no heat.
Yeah, it's hot.
So, yeah, 8. Let's see. We have 8.
I'm saying that. I said, the Thursday of the week, when we stop.